Now, today we're going to cover a very interesting area because everyone is involved with this type of industry on a daily basis. We're all paying money, and quite few questions were recently regarding company like the bank Wells Fargo. The reason for that Wells Fargo, like more shares were bought by Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett already invested in this company for quite a while, but recently he bought this company more shares, added more shares to this particular company. So that's why I want to cover it today, and just to see if it is a good value for investing right now, or maybe we can find something else, what alternatives, and in general how to analyze banking industry, because it is a bit different if you compare it with other companies when we use a spreadsheet from TICN. Okay. Now, first of all, disclaimer. So I think you understand that masterclass is the educational purpose mainly, and we will be covering few companies during this masterclass before you do your own investment decision. So please analyze it again and see if it is kind of fitting to your own personal investment strategy. That would be important part. All right. So what kind of plan for today? So first of all, we're going to look at current overview of the market and what we can expect during next few weeks. This type of thing is very, very important because it helps us to understand when to enter a position and when to exit position. Then we're already moving to banking businesses, and first of all, we need to understand the structure of banking businesses, and then it would be easier for us to understand how to analyze this type of companies. Then we'll look at fundamentals and technical analysis of Wells Fargo and companies. And the reason why we straight away will go to analyzing this company, because generally, if you understand how to analyze one bank, after that it would be easier to analyze all 500 banks which present on the United States, or maybe even more now. And so it would be easy. So that's why we will be focusing on Wells Fargo's, and then you already can do the same type of analysis with any other company, any other bank which present there. So you will understand the structure of it. Then we'll have a quick comparison with its competitors. We'll look at JP Morgan, we'll look at Citibank, we'll look at HSBC, and some other bank which is smaller but interesting point there. Okay, and then we'll look at different possible trading investing strategy with this type of companies, and you will see is it better than with other companies which we already discussed, for example, last month, or worse. So, and you already can make your own decision. And then if you have any questions, I will try to answer it. Now, Dean, unfortunately, I looked at your questions, but I just came home recently, so I didn't manage to look in details at your company, so I couldn't cover it today, but definitely what I'll do, I will review that question. I will have a look at that company, and I will record a separate video, maybe how to perform analysis for small cap companies if you don't have enough information in value line. So first of all, like overview of analysis. Now you can see that Dow Jones, Dow Jones represents 30, 30 companies, the biggest companies by capitalization. Okay, so a lot of investors, a lot of traders, they pay attention to that. And as we can see at the moment, the price is the highest in history, like practically highest in the history. A few days, last week, it was the highest point. From the last week, it's kind of moved a bit slower down a bit. If you can see on indicators, it's all overcooked. And we can see that's already MACD kind of moving slowly down, so it's a good sign. Also, we can see stochastic is turned around, although RSI didn't reach even the top, so it doesn't show us clear indicator. So basically, we can expect that there will be some kind of pullback down. Now, if you use technicals to analyze this type of index, you will see that two tops, if you put a line here and then create a parallel line here, So you will see that the first probably it would be about 1800 and 18,300, somewhere here. So it's about 200 points recess. If it breaks through that, the next support it would be previous resistance. So it's about 1800. If it managed to break that, it would be already around 1700, 17,250, somewhere here on this area. Now, will it go that low? We don't know. Like a lot of traders, a lot of investors, they don't understand why the market is moving up so much. Like even though reports for the last 1.5 month, which were produced by companies, I wouldn't say it was great. Quite a lot of missing earnings and without any growth, but still the stock market is growing, indexes is growing. And like analysts saying that maybe the main reason for that is that they will introduce negative bank rates in Europe. Like in Japan, they already exist. So what happened that people are moving money from the bank because they have to pay if they lodge their deposits, and they are moving somewhere in companies which pay dividends at least. Okay, and that's why amount of people who buying shares increased, and share price of course moved up as well. So that's what expect. That's the only reason probably right now why the index is moving up. So if we look at S&P 500, S&P 500 is the index which includes 500 companies. The difference is that in that index we include big, small, and medium size companies. So it's pretty good. So it reflects economy better. I like this index more than Dow Jones. Like it's my personal reason because I believe that economy is represented by all size of companies, not only by 30 biggest companies. But again, very often these two indexes they just go hand by hand, very close to each other, and we can see that similar story. We can see that MACD start moving down. Uh, Here we can see that stochastic as well, nearly crossing the line. So in over bought position, all three indicators, and we can expect that it's going to pull down again. So if it pulls down, we can expect somewhere on that level, previous highs. So it's about 2,150. So kind of like that. So it's about 30 points it can lose, and not that much, but still, if you're looking to enter any position in your own portfolio, you might as well to wait until uh, like the market pushes the prices of a lot of companies down. So your company may be going to be in the same type of companies which would be pushed. So you can enter position at a lower price. So which is beneficial for long-term results. Okay, Compax, similar story. So all three indexes, as we can see, similar story. We can expect that Nasdaq can pull down. Here we include 100 companies, IT companies mostly. Okay, let's go to banking industry.